I'm Pamela Portnoy.
I'm Alexa Marie Anderson.
And no one's okay.
Okay, sorry. I was just like, why am I so white?
All right. Welcome back.
Hi.
We're back.
We are back.
What are we up to today, Alexa?
We are gonna talk about some dream movie roles. This was prompted by a question that we got.
Sorry for the noise. Wow.
Are you all right?
No.
It was prompted by a question we got from a listener.
What listener?
She's a friend of the show, Sabrina Tishko. Shout out to Sabrina Tishko. She asked us this question and it's a good one.
Thank you for submitting your question.
Yes, thank you. And I love you. Shout out to Sabrina.
Side note, I promised another listener that we would answer their question.
Not okay. I'm kidding.
And the question was posed by Sean Moore, friend of the show.
God.
And his question that he felt so necessary to ask was, what does a squid rooster sound like? For those of you not in the loop, it is an animal that is half rooster, half squid. So we're going to have to do our best impersonations right now.
I'm scared.
Do you want to go first, or do you want
you
me to
go first? You go first. I don't know.
I just want to apologize to our listeners in advance. This is so silly.
Why is this a thing?
Why am I apologizing? You know, we made a shirt with a squid rooster on it. So I'm going to go first.
Wait, is this like a real thing?
I don't know where it came from. I'm
literally Googling squid rooster and I just want to see what comes up.
Mm-hmm.
Just some pictures of some squid and also roosters.
All right.
Wait, squid rooster YouTube.
I'm scared.
It's just a person that calls themselves that. Okay, everything. Moving on.
My impression. Ready?
Killed it.
Your turn.
I feel like so I'm going to be really logical about this for a second. I feel like since it's underwater because it's a squid, but it's also a rooster, it might sound like whoa, 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 whoa.
You're welcome, Sean.
You're welcome. I just like imagine like a rooster like trying to crow underwater is like what I was like envisioning in my brain.
So for those
we might cut that out. Okay.
No. For those of you that don't follow us on Instagram yet, please do, because we're going to frequently ask you things that we should address on the show. This was something that we were asked to address.
Yeah.
And we delivered, I think.
So we're not going to address Tiffany's question.
Oh my God. What was Tiffany's question? Remind me.
I think she asked a couple, but I think one of them was, are you single?
Alexa?
I mean, no.
Okay. Good.
I had to think about it, but no.
Good.
I think it's pretty obvious. If you listen to the show, I think it's pretty obvious that I am not single. And I have a lovely lad that lives with me and puts up with my nonsense.
Does he know you call him a lovely lad?
Oh, I would never call him that to his face.
Why?
I don't want his head to get too big.
All right.
Yeah.
Good.
We got to keep him down here.
Excellent. Ask me.
Are you single, Pam?
I am, but I'm not actively looking right now. You know, I'm kind of like working on myself and I'm like, you know, doing what makes me happy. And I'm, you know, I'm talking to humans, but like I'm not in a rush to get unsingle because I'm kind of living it up. So
yes, as you should.
any other questions that we need to answer?
I think those were all of them. I didn't know we were going into it, but since
we promised them we would, so
here we are.
You're welcome.
But
all right.
Back
Dream
to the matter at hand.
Dream rolls.
Dream rolls.
Take a sip.
Dream rolls.
Which I never want to edit our episodes, but I feel like I'm going to want to edit this one, but I'm going to try not to.
I don't know. This is us. Here we are. I thought this was a fascinating question because when I went to go think about roles that I would like to play, and I spoke with you about this, Pam, a little bit off the air. A lot of the roles I thought of were male roles, which I thought was really interesting. And we can get into it more, but I just thought that was really fascinating, especially, and I think it makes sense because growing up, there weren't a ton of strong female leads being portrayed on screen.
Luckily, the industry has been changing.
Oh, absolutely.
And there's like some phenomenal writing happening. But I do agree with you. Like some of my when I had to sit down and think about like the kind of roles that I would gravitate to, some of them are men. Oh, some of them are women, but some of them are men too, just because I like the roles. And what's nice is that some of the roles that I put on my list have actually been played by women since. So that's awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Very awesome.
Who's your first one?
I'm going to get like a very obvious one out of the way. Like, I think if you're a listener, you are going to probably expect this. So obviously, Katniss from Hunger Games.
Hell yeah. Nice. What do you like about that role?
I feel like, and you'll probably see a theme throughout my list, but I really do. I love strong, independent women that go against the grain.
Yeah.
And stand up for what is right.
Who doesn't?
We
love that.
We love that. And she's fierce, and I would love to tackle that role.
Fabulous.
Yeah. And the physicality of it too, like shooting arrows and all the things. Like, that sounds so fun.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Something that would require a lot of training, like pre-shoot.
Yes.
I like fantasize about that sometimes. Like being in like a huge like gym and like being taught like fight choreography and
yes.
Yeah, I think about that a lot.
I think the dancer in me wants like I need some like physicality to like really like dig my teeth into.
Yeah.
What is one of yours? We'll go back and forth.
I'm going to go on that theme because I have like different, I wrote down a lot of roles and I wrote down like different categories for said roles. So going with your badass vibe, my dream role has always been fucking Beatrix Kiddo from Kill Bill.
I knew you were going to say that. I had a feeling.
Speaking of like physicality, like that is a lot of like fight choreography. That is, it's so artistic and she's just so fucking badass. I love a chick out for revenge. Yeah. I think because like in my life, in my day-to-day life, I have like the tendency, and I'm not saying this to, to like talk myself up or anything, but like I tend to lean towards taking the high road with people, which I secretly believe is the low road. I can't believe I just said that. But when you take the high road and you take it so gracefully, it pisses the person that's taking the low road off. That's why I say that. But I'm a full believer in taking the high road, but I love a chick out for revenge in fiction land.
Well, and I think like that's why I love our job so much, is because I get to live out like some of my fantasies. Like,
I think about that all the time. Because one of the best things about it is like you get to know a little bit about everything.
Yep.
You don't become an expert in everything, but you get to like find out, you get to dip your toes into like lots of different fields.
Yeah. It's very cool.
Who else is on your list?
Tiffany in Silver Linings Playbook.
Okay.
Jennifer Lawrence's part.
What do you like about it?
I love how off the cuff she is. She shoots from the hip. She does what she wants. I also have I personally I take mental health very seriously. So that's one of my favorite films. I take mental health very seriously and I love learning about it. So I would love to tackle any role that deals with a mental illness. That is something that is very intriguing to me. It's something that's like close to my heart, knowing and having people in my life with mental illness and dealing with it on a day-to-day basis as myself. Sorry to get vulnerable, but that's something that's really, I think that's an important thing to be shown on screen. So yes, Tiffany from Silver Linings Playbook.
I like that. And I hope you didn't apologize just now, because we've often talked about like our struggles with anxiety and depression on the show. The depression part, me, but it's nothing to be apologetic about. I think it is important, and it is something that should be normalized, and
for sure,
because I feel like if people were a little less afraid to talk about it, people would get help more easily.
Absolutely. So yeah,
going on your trend of you choosing one of your favorite films, one of your favorite characters from one of your favorite films, I'm going to choose Clarice Starling from Silence of the Lambs. I first thought of Hannibal Lecter.
I was thinking that
like,
too.
Really
I was like, oh shit, I should put Hannibal Lecter on my list. That'd be sick.
Which would be really fun. Don't get me wrong, but I just think of like the whole dynamic between Jodie Foster and Anthony Hopkins on that set, and like there are so many like beautiful like magic screen moments that were captured because she was so taken aback by how fucking scary he was.
Yeah.
And I just think that movie's like shot so brilliantly because it like puts you right there with the actors. The director was not shy about like putting the camera right up to the actor's face, and like you see everything. And I have just an affinity for, badass women, as I mentioned before, but she's so earnest in her desire to like be a good FBI agent. And I love that.
Yeah. No, she's wonderful in that.
It's a very spooky world to live in.
I can't imagine playing opposite. Like I would love to do a horror film. I think like I almost wonder if the actors ever get like scared, like legit scared in the moment. Like I feel like I would personally.
I mean, yeah, I guess, but
no,
I feel like the curtain kind of gets lifted when you're on set, so you're kind of seeing like the monster, or you're you know, and I think we've talked about this before.
Maybe
when you watch scary movies, if you watch
like,
it with the volume down, it's not scary. And you're not listening to the score while you're shooting. So
that's a good point. But I feel like it would be spooky, like shooting in the locations that they shot. And just, I mean, I don't know. Once you're in character and you're in the costume and you're at the jail, like, I don't know. I feel like I would get like a little bit spooked. But that probably would help. Like, I don't know. Hopefully.
Love that.
I don't know. Thoughts I have. God, that's such a good film. I kind of want to watch it, but not now because it's getting dark.
Yeah, no. It's funny. I was in Israel a few years ago visiting family, and I was staying with my cousin who's right around my age. And we were living it up when I was visiting her, and one night we were just like channel surfing, and I saw Silence of the Lambs, and that's one of my favorite movies, even though I'm not a scary movie person, but it's a thriller.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh wait, and she's like, she put it on, and then like about 10 minutes in, she's like, why did you put this on? It's like 2 in the fucking morning. Are you out of your mind? She was so freaked out.
Yeah.
I'm like the psycho putting that movie on late at night. Imbar, I love you. Okay, continue.
What do I have next? Okay, I have a male role. Will in Good Will Hunting.
Oh, nice. I envy
film.
Matt Damon.
Me too.
Because he and Ben Affleck wrote that film and produced it, and like they like made their careers from making that film, and I think it was just like such a brilliantly written piece, and it was
so brilliant. It's one of my
it launched
one of my favorites
them, and it was amazing.
Yeah, it's beautiful. No, I think I just really, I am a person, I think I love, and this is kind of cheesy, I guess, but I love that he is just kind of born with his intelligence. I think it would be fun to play a role like that. I've always been a person that's had to like work really extremely hard for like anything. So I think it would be cool to like play someone who just like, they have this gift that they're given. And it, you know, how they use it determines the trajectory of their life. But yeah, like I'm
going to argue with you right now and say that you were born with gifts. And I think, you know, Will in that movie had a lot of struggles.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, his struggles were different. Like, yes, I just think like
his journey to like embracing his gifts.
Yes, exactly.
And I feel like I'm not trying to be a shrink right now, but like you
no.
But like I feel like you like watching someone like that because it sort of mirrors what you're trying to do.
Yeah, absolutely. But things I get what you're saying, but also like I think maybe I think it would be fun to play, like going back to my original like answer is just like whether like yes, gifts like I'm born with, yes, we're all born with certain gifts for sure. I think like for me, like it's the intelligence that like just comes innately to him that fascinates me. Cause I've always had like in school, I had to be a studier. I had to be like, you know what I mean? And I've always been fascinated by people who, and I had friends like this growing up. They didn't have to study at all for the tests and they would like ace it. I was always fascinated by brains like that. That's what I was mostly talking about. I just think it's cool.
Nice.
Very, very cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm gonna move on to some classics.
Good Will Hunting isn't a classic?
Oh, I'm talking like Hamlet.
Oh, like okay. I was like
I'd like to play Hamlet.
I was like, wait. I gotcha.
I hear now women are playing Hamlet more and more, so that's exciting.
Yeah. My acting teacher in college actually played Hamlet, and she is a woman.
Badass. I got a little like taste because I not of playing Hamlet, but when I was studying abroad, I was studying Shakespeare in Oxford, and I, for a masterclass, got chosen to play Mark Antony. And I literally was like, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was Mark Antony, but I just remember like I was standing on the lawn and it was kind of like off the cuff. So I had the text in my hand and I was literally leading the whole, like all 100 of us like down the lawn, and I was like cheering, and I made like everyone like fucking like run down. It was so empowering. So like when I think of like characters, I think of like Aragorn from Lord of the Rings. I think of, you know, battle leaders. That's like on the bucket list. Someone that's leading people into battle. I don't know what my dream roles say about like my personality. It's probably like a neat, like a self, like wanting to be more important.
I feel like it doesn't matter. Like you might connect with it. It might just be something you want to play. Cause like, I think that's the magic of acting is like, okay, yeah, there's some characters that I totally connect with, and that's why I want to play them. But there's also those characters that I'm the complete opposite of, and that's why I want to play them.
Totally.
So it could go either way, or there just doesn't have to be a reason because we love to act. So give me a role, and I'm gonna fucking tackle it and it'll be fun.
It's so fun.
Yes,
it is called a play.
Yes,
if you're not playing,
what
are you doing?
Exactly.
Your turn.
What do I have? What do I have here? I have the Joker.
I have the Joker.
No way.
I do.
Wait, which one?
Oh, Heath Ledger.
Okay. Good. I mean, they're both great.
Like no one can like, that's the thing that like bothered me about a lot, like what a lot of people were saying with Jared Leto taking on the Joker.
I think he did a beautiful job.
A lot of people were like trying to compare, and I'm like, you really can't. He's going to go into this with his own interpretation. But I think what appeals to me about the Joker is like the unhingedness. That's a really fun place to play.
Yeah. Yes. I feel like it would take so much research and so much, like you would really have to put yourself in a place. And I feel like, I mean, I can't speak for everyone, but I know there have been times in my personal life where I've like felt a tinge of unhinged. Sorry to rhyme. So I feel like it would be interesting. And like, I think obviously in everyday life, you have to like figure that out, right? Because you can't walk around like the Joker. Like that's not socially acceptable. Newsflash.
These days still.
in case you want to know, you cannot do that. But I think it would just be interesting to go into that world and that place, and just sit with that feeling and dive into it and push it to its limits. Get to experience. And that's another cool thing about acting and playing roles like that, getting to experience yourself in all of those heightened emotions. And it's just a huge learning experience as well, to learn about yourself. And I think that's why, I mean, I think I've said it before on the show. I think that's why I love what we do so much. Cause it's like, as you're doing what you love, you're also like working on yourself at every moment. And yeah.
I think I was watching The Dark Knight the other night, actually. And I think the whole Michael Caine monologue where he talks about the bandit that was giving away rubies, and explaining that some men like really don't have another motive other than they just want to watch the world burn.
Yeah.
That is really like challenging for me to wrap my head around as a human being. So I like to choose roles that are going to challenge me to explore things that I don't understand.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I love that choice. Yay. Same one. Okay.
What else I have?
I want to play a real person at some point. I have a dream of playing a role that is a person that is currently alive so that I can pick their brain, their mannerisms, and chat with them in real time and kind of
Who's your person? Because I know mine. So
I
who's your
haven't
person?
chosen. I just said like
okay.
when I was thinking about it, like I was, thinking about how beautiful, because I've done like so many deep dives on the film Spotlight. I think I've mentioned on the show, I'm completely obsessed with that film. And it's weird because it's such a dark movie. And like, I feel like people look at me weird because I've watched it so many times, and people like, when I say I want to watch it, they're like, that movie is really difficult to watch. And yes, I agree, but like,
wait, I'm sorry. What film? I missed what you said.
Spotlight.
Oh, I love Spotlight.
Yes, but it's very like difficult subject matter that a lot of people like don't even like to talk about, don't even like to look at. It's like so heavy. But I think what I like is watching real people with really important jobs do an incredible job at what they do. And I did this deep dive where I was like looking at, I've seen the movie so many times, I lost count, but I've like watched interviews of the actual people, and I was trying to kind of pick apart what the actors were doing. So like Rachel McAdams, and comparing her to Sasha Pfeiffer in real life, like I started to understand like what she, in her conversations with her, like chose to, take with her and apply to herself to kind of allude to the character. And it's really interesting what each of them chose, because I thought they all did incredible work.
Absolutely. I love that film. And I think it's interesting that you brought up when you say that you love watching that film, that people look at you weird, because I got so excited about that film and I wanted to watch it with my family, and they were all just like, why are we watching this? Like, yeah. And they were not as fired up about it as I was. Like, I was so passionate, and they were just like, this is like
this is like really sad and depressing.
Yeah. They're like, this is depressing and like awful subject matter. I don't know. Maybe we're weird. I don't think so. I think I love to see passion on the screen. And also like, I'm a huge advocate for a lot of like social issues that are going on now. And I love to see advocacy on screen. It lights a fire in my soul.
Love that.
So that's why I enjoy it. And I don't think it's weird to enjoy it. There's probably lots of people that do, but also understandable if you don't. So yeah. To each his own.
Yeah. What else do we got going?
I have, and maybe this might be another obvious one as well, because like this is like goals on goals on goals. Mia from La La Land.
Oh, okay.
Because of my
hot take, I appreciated the film. I wasn't as obsessed with it as everyone was.
So here's the thing. I totally understand that. Like when someone tells me that, I'm like, I get it. But I am a musical theater nerd. So the fact that we have an original musical being written for the screen is like,
that's so much fun.
So fucking cool. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I love seeing musicals, movie musicals. Maybe, doing any movie musical really would be a dream for me. So
fabulous.
Yeah.
I was actually just watching a Graham Norton episode where Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling were talking about their experience on set, and particularly the scene where he lifts her. He does a Dirty Dancing lift.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait. That's in Crazy Stupid Love, isn't it?
Shit. I'm thinking of La La Land. Oh my God. So I'm thinking, okay, but
but still another good film.
Another good film. If you guys haven't seen it, wow. It's very rare it's not very rare, but like I was thinking it because it's the same duo, but she has a great story. Check out Graham Norton about that scene. But La La Land. Oh, okay. So when they were doing that one, apparently they were getting, dance lessons, and they were being like super competitive. Like apparently their dance instructors, they like taught them separately. And so when Emma Stone would like go into class, she'd be like, how's Ryan doing? And they're like, oh my God, he's amazing. And then like they met up on set to like practice, and she's like, oh, he's like exactly where I am. So it's like they were psyching each other out. But that's like really that would be really cool. I think I don't have any musicals on my list because I've definitely auditioned with songs, and I've definitely gone to dance auditions and things like that, but like not my strong suit. Whereas you like went to dance class yesterday.
I did, guys. I went to an in-person
How did it
dance
go?
class. It was so amazing.
What kind of dance?
I could have cried. We did Too Darn Hot from Kiss Me Kate.
Okay, but like what? I don't know what that is. So like what kind of style dance is that?
Yes. Music. I feel like you would call that like musical theater jazz.
Nice.
Yes.
Fun.
Yes. It was.
Did you go with our previous guest, Caitlin?
I did.
I don't know if she said it on the show, but like during our recording, she invited Alexa to that. So
yeah, Caitlin, who you will meet or have met.
Have met.
Sorry. Yeah, we went together and it was super, super fun. We are both her and I are both vaccinated now, and we went and we wore our maskies and we were very sweaty, but it was worth it. It was so fun. It was so fun. Yeah. It like that was like, I mean, I haven't been to a dance class in over a year. Like it was nuts.
So it felt really good, nuts.
Yeah. Yes, it felt so good to move my body in a space that's like not filled with furniture.
Totally.
Like my apartment.
Love that.
Yeah, it was cool. And to dance with other humans, like to feel other energy in the room. Pure magic. I'm someone that really needs to feel like they're a part of something bigger than themselves. And so that was like very fulfilling. But okay, moving on. What next? What else is on your list?
I want something like totally wild. I was thinking full blown like Mask or Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. I just want to go fucking wild.
Okay, I didn't think of anything like that, but now that you're saying Ace Ventura,
I'm wondering, have you mentioned any comedies?
I have some on my list.
Okay. Because you lean towards comedy. I'm just surprised I haven't heard any yet.
I do. I have some on here. I think it's interesting. I love to do comedy. I think when it comes to film, I guess I think in terms of like TV and film, and I think TV, like if you were like, what, I think TV more comedy and film more dramatic for some reason in my brain. So like I tend to like for like film roles, I don't know. I picked more dramatic, I guess. But I do have Gracie Hart, played by Sandra Bullock, and Miss Congeniality on here.
Beautiful. That's a fun one.
Because that would be yes, that would be right up my alley.
You know, I want to watch that after this.
It's such a good feel good. Like that's a film that I could just watch on repeat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's like, she's so relatable and so stunning. And I'm a big Sandra Bullock fan.
Yeah. Anything Sandra Bullock does, I pretty much want to do. So
correct.
There's that.
Yeah. I was thinking about watching Speed, but I might watch Miss Congeniality. Because we know I'm a big Keanu lady.
Yeah. I just finished watching Morning Glory.
I know.
That's another role. Honestly, like actually I've never felt more like a character in my life watching that.
She's so relatable to like our whole endeavor.
Totally. And just the way she talks, her speech, how quickly and fast and erratic. I was like, I feel like I understand her brain.
Mm-hmm. the beautiful, wonderful, talented ladies over at the Morning Toast were recent, and I'm a big toaster. The ladies of the Morning Toast were talking about how the morning let me start that again. The beautiful, talented ladies of the Morning Toast were talking about how Morning Glory was an inspiration to them becoming hosts.
Oh, I love that. I feel like I also say I love that so much, and I'm gonna stop. I feel like if our show, like, I feel like people could probably play a drinking game to how many times I say I love that.
I think
Don't
people
get any
can play
ideas.
a drinking game to how many times I accidentally but passionately interrupt you.
I mean, it's fine. Like, it's totally fine. We're all like, we're human. I don't know. I need to
Sorry,
think of
guys,
other
we are
words.
human.
I need to get a thesaurus.
It's fine. We're working on it. That's almost wrapping it up for me. The only thing I had left was like spy roles, and to me, like the ultimate spy is Severus Snape in the Harry Potter series. Sorry, guys, spoiler. You should have seen it by now. And like Leonardo DiCaprio's role in The Departed, which is to this day one of my favorite performances ever fucking given. And in my personal opinion, the year he did The Departed was the year that he did Blood Diamond, and he got nominated for Blood Diamond and not Departed. And honestly, like, to me, that was ridiculous.
I have him on my list for Shutter Island.
Nice. Do you know who would be? And I didn't think of this because she had such a tiny, like, she had like an appearance a couple times in Shutter Island, was Emily Mortimer's character in Shutter Island, where she plays the mother that killed her family. And she is completely unhinged in that fucking movie. And like, she came in, and I'm obsessed with Emily Mortimer. She's the lead in Newsroom. She's amazing. And I was watching an interview that she did, and she was talking about how she was like really intimidated, like going into set and just having to like full blown like have this psychotic episode in front of Leo DiCaprio and Martin Scorsese. And man, that's goals to me. But yeah, good choice. I love that Leo's on both our lists.
I mean, I love me some Leo. I can't deny it.
Love me some Leo.
I'm going to do one more. I'm just going to do one more really quick. I just also had Kristen Wiig from Bridesmaids also on. Well, Annie is the name of the character. Sorry.
Nice.
But I love Kristen Wiig.
What particularly about that role drew you in?
I think it's the part where she freaks out over the cookie.
I knew you would say that.
Because I can see myself doing that like in my head, but not actually doing it.
Right. Do you feel like it's because there's like this inner rage that we tend to tame? And like, how freeing would it be to be able to like actually like act it out?
So freeing. And I think if you guys remember, like when we talked about the 7 deadly sins for like a hot minute, one of mine was wrath. So I would just love to like, I need to get it.
Express it.
Get it out. Yes. Actually, I was thinking the other day, and maybe this is a little over the top, but because I have my boxing gloves, because you and I, like, you went way more frequently than I did, but we would go to boxing class, and that's not a thing right now. Maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe
they're open again, but I'm still a little trepidatious about going.
Yeah, I yes, and understandably so. There's a lot of fluids that could be coming off your body and your mouth while doing that.
Also, when you're doing mitt work, you're close. You're probably about
there is not a lot
4 feet away instead of 6 feet.
There's not a lot of social distancing happening. But anyways, I had a thought the other day because I like have kind of a garage that's like detached from my apartment complex, but it's like basically mine. Kind of like a private garage. I share it with like one other person who doesn't keep his car in there. Anyways, long story short, I was like, should I put a bag in there?
Love that.
I'm thinking about it. Shane's going to come home and be like, what is happening?
I love that. I've been thinking about it.
He's going to be like, are you okay? And I'm going to be like, absolutely not, but I will be soon.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I have some good friends that have one in their yard, and I go over there sometimes and I work out on it.
Yeah, I've had these thoughts. I feel like it'd be very good for me, but
love that. Are we ready?
I think we're ready.
Are you okay?
I'm actually I'm doing I'm trying to think of new words. Can't. Fantastic.
I love that. That's way better than okay. Why are you so fantastic?
Fantastic. I have 2 days off ahead of me. I just made myself a nice dinner.
What'd you make?
Steak.
I had steak today.
I did have steak. It was very good. And I watched a Nikki Glaser special before this podcast, and so I was in very good spirits. It's always good to laugh. That is like, honestly, it's medicine. Laughing is medicine, and so yeah, I'm feeling good.
Good.
Are you okay?
I'm excellent. I have taken to meditating twice a day.
Wow.
For the last week or so, and I noticed huge difference in my mood, in my I guess mood would cover all the words that I'm trying to come up with, but I really have been more grounded and patient and less anxious. It's been helping a lot. It's wonderful. And I've also been a lot more positive because of it, which I love. So doing the damn thing.
Yes. I love how you're like, I've been meditating twice a day, and I'm like, I'm gonna get a bag and hang it in my garage.
Honestly, like, I think that it can be very therapeutic.
Absolutely. But I just think
go ham on a bag. A couple of weeks ago, I went over to my friend's backyard and was using the bag, and like they came up to me in the middle of my workout and they're like, you've been going for over an hour. Are you okay? I was like, I just have a lot that I need to get out.
So do they have like one of the standing ones?
It's attached to a very strong tree.
And, okay.
It's a it's a standing one. It's not like a heavy bag. It's like some like mid range. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. It does the job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is good. Yeah.
You can still be a fucking badass that kicks the shit out of a punching bag and be zen.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. Goals. We're trying our best.
Goals. I need to meditate and get a punching bag on the to-do list.
As long as you don't stress about it, because that would be like against the whole point.
Yeah, no. Stress? What do you mean? Me?
Yeah.
Stress?
You.
That's so weird. I would never do that. Just kidding.
Beg to differ.
My middle name is basically Stress, so it's fine.
Very good. Very good. Well, this was lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Any final words?
Any final words? No. I have no final words for.
All right. Goodbye now. Thanks so much for listening. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all the things. If for some reason you want to see more of us, you can follow us on Instagram at NoOne'sOkay.
And a special thanks to Jordan Ross Weinhold, Sean Moore, Jason Crow, Claire Palmer, Jackson Palmer, Tiffany Haymoff, Shane Rings, James Liddell, and our podcast is recorded at Soundworks Studios.
We can't wait to meet you!